The amount of room in the back seat of a CrewMax is insane. This is how I sit. My seat is all the way back, and look at how much knee room I have. If you could even tell that, it's a lot of knee room. It's just insane back here. What is going on, everybody? I hope you're having a great day. So I got a little story for you, but I'm going to save that for the end of the video. First, I'm going to do what I wanted to do with the video today, and that is go over a little bit of the MPG numbers I got. I did a pump-to-pump run, 360-mile trip to and from Pennsylvania, so I have some numbers for you. So I wanted to go over how the truck ran, I wanted to go over how the trip was, and then we will hit some of these MPG numbers. And of course, my rant at the end. Please stay tuned. So the trip was great. The truck ran fantastic. I didn't run into any traffic or anything like that. So what this is, it was a 360-mile trip. 360.5 to be exact. It was 96% highway and just a little stop and go traffic. I drove to Pennsylvania directly in one shot. I parked the truck, and then today, Sunday, I drove it back home. So there was no little trips with it. It was literally to destination, spend time at destination, and back home. So I figured I would take the fuel mileage numbers of the whole trip instead of just doing one way. So we went up into the mountains and then down into the mountains. I filled up at the same gas station I always fill up here, and then today I filled up there again to make it as close to real as possible. So here are some of the stats. Again, it was a 360.5 mile trip. The truck said we were getting 21.4 MPG. That's what it said we were getting. The actual, well, actually we'll go over that in a minute. So then, obviously when I got home, I went and I filled up, all right? So here is the mathematics of what we got. The truck took 24.261 gallons. So, let me go to my calculator here. If we do the math of the actual MPG, it's 360.5 miles divided by 24.261 gallons, and it equals 14.85 MPG. So my actual was almost 15 MPG. The truck said I was getting 21.4. So that's about 6 MPG off. That's pretty crazy, right? That is a little crazy. So 15 MPG up and down the mountain. Probably could be a lot better, but you know, with the supercharger and everything, we knew we were going to be off. I didn't know we'd be that off again. If you remember, we did a pump-to-pump when I was driving to Pocono last time because the computer was giving me like, you know, 22, 21 MPG. So we wanted to see what it actually was. So there you go. Once again, I will not be trusting the truck computer. The supercharger broke in a lot more than last time. Last time it was very new. Now I've had it for about 4 months, so it feels a lot better. Just trying to see if the computer caught up with it a little bit, but it doesn't look like it did. So I guess it is what it is. Computer is still way off. So note, if you get a supercharger, or if you have a supercharger, you should really do pump-to-pump calculations every now and again, and that will give you your exact number. I would stay away from trusting the truck's MPG computer for now. Now on to my little story, my unplanned story. So the one thing I can't stand about living in New Jersey is the fact that I can't pump my own gas. I don't like to trust anyone with anything when it comes to my vehicle. I like to be the one to do all the work, do all the maintenance. If somebody else has to do the maintenance, I really want it to be someone I trust and someone I know, and I feel the same way with gas. Now, with this truck, I have to fill it with premium all the time because we have the supercharger. With the FRS, it requires super gas as well. So when I go to the pump every single time to fill these to fill these vehicles up, the truck and the car, when I pull into the same gas station I've been going to for 13 years, I pull in, I tell them what I want. It's always the same thing. Hey, could you fill it premium? Thanks. And then I watch and make sure that he hits the 93 button. Every single time. Except today. Today I didn't do that. Today, I pulled into the gas station, I got my card out. I was so concerned about making sure I wrote down the mileage so we could do all the calculation and everything that I handed him the card. I told him, fill it premium, please, thank you. And I didn't look to see what he was doing. So I get everything squared away. My wife was in the car as well. And then I just happened to look over and check the pump. and see that it's being filled with regular. So I hop out of the car faster than I probably ever hopped out of the car ever, and I stop the pump real quick. And he comes over like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Dude, I said premium." And he was like, "Oh, sorry." So the truck got some regular fuel in it. I have the numbers here. The truck got 7.392 gallons of regular in there. So what is it, 87 octane, 89 octane, whatever it is. And then obviously I had him fill up the rest with 93. So 16.869 was filled up with 93 octane. So I'm mad about that. 31 gallons of 93 octane is in the truck right now, and then the 7+ gallons of regular. I don't think I'll have much of a problem or anything like that, but the truck now requires super. I blame myself. Like I said, I pay attention every time. If I was paying attention when he did it this time, I would have saw him hit the wrong thing and stopped him before he even started. But at the end of the day, I always say it very clear too, just so he knows, premium. I'm going to start saying 93. Just going to say what the actual octane number is. And from now on, I'm going to watch even more like a hawk than I did before. Totally blame myself, but this is one of those things why I want to pump my own gas. And everywhere in the nation is like, I don't understand how you can't pump your own gas. I agree. Because if I was pumping my own gas, it would totally have been 93. You know, this is expensive. It's an $8,500 supercharger. It's a $53,000 truck with all the stuff I've done to it. It's even more than that. So I want it to be awesome. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just, every time the truck for the next 3 or 4 times burns a quarter tank, I'm going to go and fill it up with 93, and we'll flush out the regular fuel. It won't be an issue. It won't be a problem. But still, I don't want to mess with it. But that is my rant. I'm so mad at myself for not paying attention this one time. And it's so funny because on Friday when I filled up to do the trip, I said, man, I'm just really good at this. It's like a routine. I give him the card to go fill and I just watch him. And then for some reason today I just didn't. I don't know. But I'd love to hear your comments on what you think about us not being able to pump our own gas in New Jersey and how you would feel after that. Because I'm telling you, for like the next hour, I was a little burnt up. Like I was mad at myself and I was just, you know, you start thinking the worst. And I don't want any issues with this supercharger. And I don't want any problems whatsoever. But like I said, it has way more 93 octane in it than a little bit of regular. So I'm not too worried about it. And I will be flushing it out every time a quarter's burned. I'm going to put 93 back into it until we clear the whole tank. But yes, please let me know what you think. And like I said, one more time to go over the numbers on the trip. 360.5 mile trip, 24.261 gallons the truck took after the trip. The truck said, the MPG clock said 21.4. It was actually 14.85. So the truck is way off when you have the supercharger. So what I'm going to do at some point this week, I'm going to take my father's truck for a run, and we're going to see what the MPG is on that when there's no supercharger. See if it's that far off or not. I don't think it will be, but we'll give it a whirl. So as always, I hope you have a good rest of the weekend. Twitter and Instagram at TundraDude34, TundraDude34 at gmail.com. You guys have a great day.